The 23rd Psalm from a sheep's perspective. Psalm number 23 was written by King David, possibly looking back over his life in old age to when he had been a shepherd as a young boy. David lived almost 1,000 years before Christ. Throughout the Bible, God, and in particular Jesus, is presented as the great shepherd and believers as his sheep. As a city kid who grew up in late 20th century America, my first-hand experience with sheep is limited. But as a student of the Bible, I know them to be skittish, dim-witted animals in constant need of care and protection. While this much is true, there is a lot more to appreciate in the imagery of the psalm as we honor God's loving vigilance over us. Let's look at it together. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. A better way to put this might be, I have everything that I need. In the sheep's case, it's food, water, rest, and a shepherd who knows where to find these things. He makes me lie down in green pastures. Sheep will not lie down when they're hungry. The terrain of Israel is rugged and hilly wilderness, and the climate is arid. A good shepherd must know where to find a new, safe place for his flock to graze each day, and the best way to lead them there, which may be a fairly long walk. But the sheep do not worry about having grass for the next day. They trust their shepherd will provide. He leads me beside still waters. A sheep will not drink from a fast-moving stream, so sometimes the shepherd must temporarily dam the water, thus making it still, so the animals can drink. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Sheep are better led than driven. They willingly follow their shepherd's gentle voice. When driven from behind, it's often chaos. Sheep move directly to the shepherd, unmindful of obstacles in the way. It is the shepherd's responsibility to lead the sheep in long, straight zigzags up and down the hills, avoiding any hazards. In Hebrew, the word for straight is the same as the one for righteous, thus, paths of righteousness. We must know God's voice and follow Him alone. When we wander off following a new, exciting path, like sheep, we'll often get into trouble. Moving on. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. This valley of darkness can be any difficult experience in life that makes us afraid, including depression and even death. Sheep do not see very well, especially in the dark, and the presence of the shepherd beside them makes them calm. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. A rod is a relatively short club or cudgel used for fending off predators, like lions and hungry wolves. A staff, or crook, was not only the shepherd's walking stick, but used to lean on during long hours on watch. It was used to guide the sheep, get their attention when they were in need of correction, and rescue them from thickets, deep water, and ravines when they'd wandered off. Knowing that the shepherd had the tools and power to defend and rescue the sheep must have been a comfort. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. A table by definition is a long, flat surface. From a sheep's point of view, it is not a piece of furniture, but a flat place in the hill country where the sheep could eat and rest. Think of a mesa, which in Spanish actually means table. Enemies, like wolves, are always lying in wait, even when we think we're in a safe place. The shepherd is always vigilant among the sheep, not only for predators, but also closely inspecting them for injury and for sickness from eating poisonous plants. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. The shepherd rubbed olive oil on the heads and horns of the sheep, keeping the flies and other insects away. A large two-handled shepherd's cup, carved from a single piece of wood, was used to bring water to thirsty sheep. Only goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. Follow in this case means to pursue. God doesn't wait for us to come to Him, but pursues or seeks us out because it is His pleasure to do good things for us. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. This means not just all the days of our earthly life, but in heaven with the Lord for eternity. You will discover many more meanings in the words of this psalm each time you study it, just like you will find new illumination every time you immerse yourself in God's Word.